We begin in Delta State, where the Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Ikechukwu Ogalla, says the Nigerian Navy is assessing its operations meant to counter crude oil theft and improve its fight against economic sabotage. The naval chief said this at the Naval Outpost in Onitsha as part of his tour of naval units and establishments across the nation. Our correspondent Ikechukwu reports.
As the Chief of Naval Staff arrives the Naval Outpost Onitsha in continuation of his tour across all units and establishments, he is quick to emphasize on what the Nigerian Navy is doing to boost its operations in tackling crude oil theft and other criminal activities.
The base itself, despite these challenges, they've been trying, they've made efforts, they've been able to contribute effectively to their policing duties, which is one of their roles here. And we are happy that the challenges they have did not significantly impact on their effectiveness. But we have taken note of those things to do so that we can improve on the operation, particularly in the area of anti-oil theft, which is one of the critical areas that we want to assess and bring our strategies to improve upon them.
The Naval Outpost Onitsha is established to provide security along the River Niger and other adjoining waterways from Lokoja to Onitsha. It also complements other security agencies in maintaining internal security operations in Anambra State. The Naval Outpost Patrol covers both the upstream and downstream sector of the lower River Niger, but it is confronted by shoreline erosion and flooding.
I've seen the difficult challenge environment in which Naval Outpost Onitsha is operating. You can see the effect of erosion on our shoreline. You can see the fence there that has collapsed. This particular unit gets flooded up to the foundation. So we have seen them and we have noted what we need to do. We are also seeking the collaboration of relevant agencies and stakeholders.
The Naval Outpost Onitsha has already lost some part of its land to erosion, and its building is less than 20 meters away from the river. Presently, the tides of the River Niger is on the rise and more areas along it are endangered. Shore protection is urgently needed to preserve what is left of these naval outposts. Ikechukwu, TVC News, Onitsha.
Groups have taken to the streets in Abuja to raise awareness on the dangers of drug abuse as part of activities marking this year's International Youth Day. And with the theme Green Skills for Youths towards a sustainable world, the groups are encouraging young people to acquire lifelong skills. Sifon Essien has more on this.
Green Skills for Youth towards a sustainable world is the theme for this year's International Youth Day. The day was designated by the United Nations to bring attention to the issues impacting young people. In Abuja, this group of young people is on the streets to raise awareness on the ills of drug abuse.
Drug abuse is one thing that would keep demanding from you, to keep taking from you. It also increases the dependency of young people, because young people that are supposed to be independent are still dependent because they are still using drugs. This work basically is to sensitize young people on the ills and the effects of drug abuse.
Why are we underdeveloped? Is because our youth are not functional enough. And what is the problem breeding the youth? I can always say that drug and substance abuse is a cankerworm that has eaten into the productive fabric of the youth.
But you now need to start skills.
Getting the youths to stay off drugs will require getting them engaged in profitable ventures. That's why the insistence on acquiring lifelong skills for sustainable living.
What we are encouraging in the university is that you teach students from university survival skills, vocational skills, life skills, because we know in this part of the world, your certificate might not be enough for you. But if you have other things, if you have the right mindset, you have the right skills, you're empowered already from university day, there is no how you are waiting 5 years for a job. The first year you don't get the white-collar job, you have other things to do with your skills.
We go beyond the white-collar job. We believe that everyone needs a skill to be able to survive. skills that will help you through life, skills that will help you create value.
As the world embarks on a green transition, the shift towards an environmentally sustainable and climate-friendly world is critical not only for responding to the global climate crisis, but also for achieving the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. For these young people, a successful transition towards a greener world will depend on the development of green skills. Sifon Essien, TVC News, Abuja.